Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a bit of a different one. Am I procrastinating from writing my essay? Yes. It's basically going to be a bit of a rant with an element of humour in there, and I'm taking inspiration from Lily Singh, aka Superwoman, who is amazing and a boss woman, and I was rewatching some of her videos a couple of days ago on the ones of like types of annoying people in different situations. So types of annoying guys, types of annoying girls, that kind of stuff. And I thought, why not do a types of annoying people in COVID-19? I thought, let's go for it. It's topical, it's current, and I need to rant about it. I've just been thinking about where we were in March last year compared to now, and I'm just like, okay. Sit back, get some snacks if you want to, and get ready to be like, oh my god, right? Because that is what's going to happen in this video. So welcome to types of annoying people in COVID-19. Number one, the exceptions to the rules. These are the people who just don't follow the rules. Now, I know that at some point everyone has at some point not followed the rules. Maybe you saw a friend who you weren't meant to see. Maybe you had an auntie and an uncle come to your house when they weren't really meant to come to your house. And you know, maybe you gave someone a hug when you probably shouldn't have given them a hug. I get it, okay? Everyone at some point has broken the rules. I know it, you know it, she knows it, whatever. Now, these are the people who don't wear their masks when they go out. They go to house parties. Maybe they host house parties even. They meet up with their friends like it's any other normal day without a global pandemic. And they just believe that that's okay for them to do that. Like, they're just like, yeah, I went to a house party for New Year's Eve, yeah. You know what? I'm getting vexed thinking about it. But these are those kind of people, and they are so annoying because I want to do all these things, okay? Like, I want to meet up with my friends. I want to go to house parties. I want to go clubbing. I just don't understand these people's logic. And the worst thing is the fact that they're like, oh yeah, I understand the rules. Like, no, you don't understand the rules, because if you understood, then you wouldn't be doing this stuff, okay? So don't be stupid. And the best one that I've heard is when they're like, yeah, I shouldn't have gone to that New Year's Eve party, but I just feel like after this year it was much needed. Sorry, what? What we need is for people to follow the rules so that we can get out of this whole thing sooner. We don't need people to be like, oh yeah, I need to go to this party because I've had a rubbish year. We've all had a rubbish year, okay? COVID has affected every single one of us in different ways, some more than others, some less than others. But we've all had a pretty friggin' rubbish year. So you are not an exception to this. You are not special. Okay, and it is not okay for you to use that as a reason to go and do whatever the hell you want, because if everybody had that attitude, then we would literally never ever come out of this pandemic. So you people, I feel, are the most annoying. The sheer number of people who I know, like I just know that they are not exempt from wearing a mask, yet they say that they are, just because, I don't know, maybe they just see the need to wear it or it's uncomfortable. Like, they get away with it. In the shops, in the supermarkets, you see it all the time. Like, you see people roaming around without masks, and some of them, yes, they are truly exempt, and that is fine. But you just know that others are just not exempt whatsoever. Like, you just know. It's like, how can you be getting away with this? Masks are uncomfortable, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have to wear a mask all day, literally from 9 to 5:30 in the hospital. Yes, my face gets sweaty. Yes, my face gets itchy. And yeah, it's not a pleasant experience, but you do it because you're protecting yourself, you're protecting other people, and you're protecting the people who you go home to at the end of the day. So it's not hard, like, just don't break the rules. Number two, the mask unwearers. These are the people who, you know, wear their mask like just covering the mouth, or they wear their mask just covering the nose, or they wear their mask like as a headband, or they wear it like hanging off one ear. Like, these are the people who wear their mask like that, and you people are annoying because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you might as well just not be wearing your mask. And the worst thing is when people pull down their mask to speak. At this point, you might as well just cough in my face, because there's just no point. Like, I can't even get my head around. I don't know why people do that. But I see it all the time. I see it everywhere I go. I literally see it in my job. Like, if everyone else is doing it, why can't you do it? Why do you have to be the awkward one? I just don't. Number 3, I think, the leeches. And the reason why I'm calling them leeches is because they literally latch onto you, and it's like, bro, stop it. These are the people who have absolutely no regard for personal space and also socially distancing. So maybe you're in Sainsbury's, maybe you're in Tesco, you're waiting for the self-checkout and you're queuing, or you're just in any old queue, I don't know where you shop. On the floor everywhere, it is mapped out where you stand. Yet these people just decide not to follow that, and they just come right up to you. Even without a global pandemic, they are still way too close to me. Like, my personal space is a thing, so like, respect it. Just take a couple of steps back from where you would usually stand, you know? It's not hard, just do a bye-bye. Number 4, I think? The anti-vaccinators. One thing I've learned in this whole pandemic is that public opinion is legitimately a thing, and yeah, that's fine. But one thing that I have noticed a lot in this pandemic is like the mass hysteria that has gone on around vaccine symptoms, COVID generally, and how like social media has spread that and fueled it, and you know, people are just going mad for it. Now with the anti-vaccinators, I understand that they have their own opinion, and everyone is entitled to have their own opinion, and if people don't want to get the vaccine for whatever reasons for themselves, that is perfectly fine. But what I don't think is fine is when anti-vaccinators like create hysteria and fear around the vaccine that doesn't have any scientific basis. Like the amount of articles I have seen on, you know, all things wrong with the COVID vaccine, or dangers of the COVID vaccine, or like you'll die if you get the COVID vaccine. It's just crazy. Like, are you really telling me that the greatest minds in the world who have all put their heads together to figure out how to tackle COVID, what the disease is about, and get a vaccine, like, are you actually telling me that they have missed something that you have figured out? Like, are you actually telling me that right now? What? You what, mate? No. Group and a subgroup of anti-vaccinators are the people who believe in homeopathic remedies to prevent COVID, like drinking ginger tea or lemon tea or having honey, or I don't even know what it is, but like adding stuff to your diet is going to stop you from getting COVID and protect you from COVID. Like, what? No, okay, like I know there are benefits from certain kinds of food in your diet and they build up your immune system and stuff like that, but they don't stop you from getting a disease. Yeah, they build up your immune system so that your immune system can respond better when it does get a disease, and maybe you don't feel the symptoms, but you can't sit here and tell me that drinking ginger tea is going to stop me from getting COVID-19. Are you actually telling me that this simple remedy has been missed by the greatest minds in the world who have thought about how to tackle COVID and COVID as a disease? You know what the cherry on top of this whole group of people is the fact that 99% of these people don't have a medical background. But they're telling me, or someone else who does have a medical background, that what they're saying is right. I understand how people can literally sit there and do that, and they actually believe that what they're saying is completely legitimate. And like, I have been in conversations with these kind of people, right, who have been trying to convince me to do XYZ to stop me from getting COVID, and you know, I explained to them in a nice way that what you're saying doesn't have enough scientific backing to make it okay for you to preach this. Like, it's okay for you to have that opinion that doing these things is going to help you, but it is not okay for you to then preach that opinion to other people, because other people do listen to these kind of things, and other people might believe that, yeah, this is the right thing to do, and other people might think, yeah, if I do this, then that's going to protect me from COVID, so I don't need to get the vaccine, and then they might get the disease and die. Like, it's dangerous. Trust me, I have so much garlic, ginger, lemon, honey, kiwi, tea tree, like whatever in my diet, but you know, that hasn't stopped me from getting ill in the past and getting the flu and getting I think I got COVID last year, but it hasn't stopped me from getting ill. Number 5, the angry Karens. So like when I'm back in the shop and I'm like, yo, can you just take a couple of steps back? These are the people who get annoyed at me for telling them to literally protect themselves and protect me and protect the whole world. Like, these are those kind of people. Like, they just get vexed for no reason. They're just really aggy. They've got loads of attitude. Like, they literally walk around like they are the king or queen of the world, and it's like, no you're not, bro, so just calm yourself. I don't need this negative energy in my life, okay? Like, we've had enough of that in this whole past year, so you getting aggy with me is not going to do anything to help you. If anything, I'm literally trying to save you. So like, I don't see it. I just don't get it. I don't get any of these people now. Like, I just don't get it, but whatever, they exist. Human behavior baffles me sometimes. Like, this whole pandemic has proved one thing to me that I kind of already knew, but I just didn't have that much exposure to it. But it's that people are so selfish, and it's so like disappointing to see. And especially as a medic, I just like, you just like, we know the pressure that the NHS is under, and we know the pressure that doctors are under, and we know that this is literally, for some people it's not, but for some people it is a case of life and death. Like, the vulnerable groups of society, if they get COVID, there is a very high chance that they could die. So I just don't understand why people can't just come together in this one point in their lives for like some amount of time to work together and get this to go away and come through it, at the same time protecting those around you. Like, where is people's humanity? And that leads me on to number 6, which is the all about me. So these people are so selfish. Like, they have made the whole COVID pandemic all about them. They just don't seem to understand that other people have been affected by COVID in the same way that they have. Maybe worse, maybe not so bad, but everyone's been affected. Everyone's lives have turned topsy-turvy because of this global pandemic, yet they still somehow make the pandemic about them. Like, now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about talking about how you feel, and at some point, yeah, I have totally ranted about COVID and been like, oh my god, it's messed up my year, which it has, but that doesn't stop me from following the rules and still wanting to come out of it. I know people who've literally been like, oh well, I haven't got it, so I'm fine. I don't really care if every Tom, Dick and Harry around me gets it. As long as it's no one I know and it's not me, then whatever. Like, are you actually asking for it? Like, I don't understand how these people can be so selfish. Like, who do you think you are? I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm feeling quite angry right now because I haven't thought about all these different kinds of annoying people in the space of like 20 minutes. So now my mind is just like, oh my god. And that is all the different types of annoying people in COVID-19 that I can think of for now. I'm pretty sure that there are a whole bunch of other annoying people out there. And if you think of any, then comment them down below and tell me your experiences with any one of these people, because I'd love to hear them, and also we can rant about it together. If you are one of these annoying people, then I don't really know what to say to you apart from just stop it, man. If you did like this kind of video and you want to see more like this, then let me know what you want to see, and until next time, see ya!